chance.
How kind.
Brenda, I finished this report for the CD exports. Have you done the envelope?
Here you are. I've just finished.
Thank you. Why have you done 3?
Well, I wasn't sure of the spelling, so I thought I'd better do 3 and get it right.
Oh, good. Well, this should say to the Personal Secretary, CD Exports, Loughborough, Leicester.
Yes, that's where I've put.
Yes, there's no F in Loughborough, dear.
Oh, I thought there was.
Well, you might spell it like that in Liverpool, but you don't spell it like that here. You've got Leicester wrong on this one. That's the jockey, not the town. Look. Oh, and you spelled personal wrong. Congratulations, you won the treble champ.
Oh, well, what's wrong with personal?
Should be an A, not an E.
Oh, how was I to know that?
Because it's here, dear. I am a personal secretary, or hadn't you noticed?
Well, I'm sure I've seen it written with an E on somebody's desk.
And that was the personnel manager. You saw that when he engaged you, and if you're not careful, you'll see it again when he sacks you.
Well, I'd better try again then.
And try and get them right this time.
I've just made some coffee. Would you like a cup?
I would love a cup as soon as I put all this on Mrs. Warner's desk. And the letters. Ruth, give me those newspapers, will you?
Oh, there's plenty of time. It's only 10:30 and she doesn't get back from Paris till 12.
Thank you, Ruth.
Here's your coffee.
Thank you.
Ah,
Don't put it down there. It'll make a nasty ring.
of course it won't. Here, would you like a piece of cake?
Take that sticky thing away. It looks revolting.
Oh, it's delicious. Oh, cost me 35p. Ooh, really lovely. Hey, you know, it must be great to be an executive. Makes you feel really important, this
Get
job.
out of that chair. Mrs. Warner's office. Graham Jones. You sure? Thank you. It's the man at reception. Mrs. Warner's just walked through the door. She's on her way up. Get rid of that coffee and don't spill any.
I've just seen Mrs. Warner getting out of the lift.
What? Get rid of that cake.
Good
Morning, Mrs. Warner. Did you have a good trip?
Oh, yes, thank you. Very successful. I've got all the papers there for you to attend to.
Thank you.
I just managed to catch the early plane. I didn't let you know because I thought you'd have everything organised whatever time I arrived.
More or less.
Oh, is that this month's sales returns? Let's have a look. I'm dying to see that
Well,
file.
I think I'd better have them tidied up a little bit.
Oh, it's all right, Graham. I'm used to the account department's rush jobs. I can't wait to see it.
No, I better tidy them up.
Oh, Graham, you're such a perfectionist. Right, well, I'll just go and freshen up, and then we can get on with today's mail. Oh, could you get my home on the phone for me, please?
Certainly. Oi, you. Come on. Look at that. Look at that cake. What am I going to do?
Oh, well, if I pop down the canteen, I can get another one before they close.
Don't be funny. Go to accounts and tell them we want another copy. Tell them there's 3 pages missing.
Are there?
There are now. Answer that, somebody.
Mrs. Warner, is she there? It's Mrs. Warner's foreign maid.
Hello, Maria. Is it important?
This is a very important. Lucy wishes to speak with her mother.
Oh, good. Hang on a minute. Mrs. Warner, your daughter wants to speak to you.
Lucy. Oh, good. Oh, no, I've done it again. I promised to buy her a present in Paris because she hurt her head, and in all the rush, I forgot. Hello, Lucy. Ciao, Maria, come sta?
Mrs. Warner's office?
Sì, molto bene, grazie.
Yes,
Se mi
certainly,
passa la
sir.
Lucy.
Just a moment. It's
Lucy.
Mr. Lewis,
Hello, my darling.
the managing director. It's urgent.
You speak to Graham for a moment. Mr. Lewis.
Hello. Anybody there?
Is that Mr. Graham?
Hello, Lucy. Your mummy's on the other line at the moment. It's rather important.
Has Mummy bought me back a nice present? She promised.
There won't be any problem.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course you have.
What is it?
I don't know. It's a surprise. Yeah, I've no idea what it is.
I bet you do.
I bet I do. Cross my heart and hope to die.
Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Lewis. It's all under control.
Your mummy's here.
I'll speak to her now. Hello, my darling.
You've got me a present. Graham told me.
Oh, Graham told you I bought you a present, did he? What a little spoil sport.
What is it?
Well, it's a surprise. You'll have to wait until I get home to find out, darling. I've got to rush now, but I'll see you tonight, all right? Be a good girl. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Mummy.
Why did you tell her I'd bought her a present?
Well, what else could I tell her? It was quite easy. You can buy one on the way home. Unless you forget.
Well, I don't know when I'm going to have time to do anything. The MD's just told me Joe Bradley's flown in from New York. He arrived last night, and he's coming down to see me right now.
Joe Bradley, that's all we need.
Exactly. He's on the main board. He'll expect us to have all the answers. Oh, God. You know what these Americans are like. He'll expect me to remember everything about his private life as well. It's at least 6 months since I've seen him. I don't remember a thing.
Don't worry, I've got a card on him in my special file.
Graham, you're wonderful. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Daisy! Give me the card on Joe Bradley, will you?
Card?
Yes, the one in the special file. You know, the one that says about his wife's name, his daughter's names, his hobbies. And...
Mr. Bradley. What an unexpected surprise.
Yeah, sorry about the change in schedules, but you know how it is at head office.
Too late. I shall have to try and help her myself. Get me some paper.
Did you have a good flight over?
Fine, thank you. I brought my wife with me this time.
Your wife? Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Doris, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. You remembered.
Yes, of course. And how are your two lovely daughters, Betty and Lynn?
Oh, they're fine. You remembered them.
Yes, of course. Great kids.
They're both doing very well in college.
Oh, I'm delighted to hear it. And how about Terry? Is he at college as well?
Terry, that's our dog.
Yes, of course. How could I forget? Lovely animal. No, what I meant was, did the children take Terry to college with them?
No, he's still at home. Now, Mrs. Warner, I want to go over the complete European situation with you, including our sales curves, since you headed this division 12 months ago.
Certainly. I'll just go and get them from Graham, if you'll excuse me. Well done, Graham. He was very impressed.
Sorry about the dog. I got the papers mixed up.
Well, I thought I lied my way out of that one pretty well.
Oh, indeed. You've certainly got what it takes to make a top executive.
Now, listen, he wants to see a complete picture of this division's activities, so I am going to give him the works. Would you get the following for me as soon as possible, please? The European sales figures for all our ranges in the past year, the statistical analysis of future trends, the estimated sales figures for all our competitors in this field, and the projected advertising budget for the next financial year.
Is that all?
That's all for now. When I want something else, I'll let you know.
She thinks I'm a computer. We're going to have trouble with Mrs. Warner. If Mrs. Thatcher ever decides to give up, Mrs. Warner can take over any day. What? I'm beginning to feel like Dennis.
It must be tough being divorced and having a family to bring up.
Yes, we must try and find her a husband.
What about it, Graham? Lots of bosses marry the secretary.
No, thank you. She'd have me up all night taking notes. Yes, Mrs. Warner.
Bradley wants to work through lunch, so I'd like you to do me a small favor. You will, won't you?
Well, now that I've agreed, yes. What is it?
Well, I'm just not going to have time to go out and buy Lucy that present. So do you think you could pop out in your lunch hour and get it for me?
Well, I don't know what to buy a child.
Well, it's very simple. You just go and buy any toy you fancy.
But I don't fancy any toy.
Graham, I would much rather go out and buy Lucy's present myself, but I have got Joe Bradley breathing down my neck, so I can't. Now, just remember, if you do find something that amuses you, it might not be right for Lucy. She is only 7 years old.
The way kids are today, if it amuses me, it'll be dead right for a 7-year-old. I wish you wouldn't do that, Daisy. Unbelievable experience.
Not there. What's all this?
Been round the toy shops trying to find a present for Lucy. Get your hands off. I didn't know what to get, so I got 3 on Apro, and then she can choose.
It's disgraceful the things secretaries have to do to keep in with the boss. They're always expected to do things the wife won't do.
I don't remember being told that at Secretariat. Come on, out of the way. Shoo, 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 shoo. Shoo.
Expansion would be a possible solution to that horizontal...
Excuse me, Mrs. Warner. Sorry, Mr. Bradley.
Yes, Graham, what is it? We are very busy.
Yes, I need a very important executive decision, and I'm afraid only you can make it.
Oh, what's it about?
Well, it's very confidential.
Well, I'm sure it can wait until we finish this.
Oh, that's all right. Go ahead. I'll use the time to make a phone call to my wife.
If you use the grey phone, that's a direct line.
Thank you.
Yes, Graham, what is it?
Choose a present for Lucy.
I'm in my office discussing a £500,000 budget deal with Bradley, and you call me in for this?
Well, I'm not the child's mother. You've no idea how difficult it is. There's all sorts of things. There's space invaders, laser beams, flying saucers. Not to mention Ludo. There's a thing there.
Yes, Graham, all right. Calm down. Tell me what you bought. A teddy bear? Where on earth did you get that? She had a teddy bear when she was 3. She's 7 now.
I had a teddy bear when I was 7. Still got it.
Yes, well, Lucy is very advanced for her age. She's very progressively orientated.
You like this? This is a goodie.
A robot? What would a little girl want with a robot?
You said she was progressively orientated. This is worked on a silicone chip. Look at that. You just press that button and it does anything you want it to do.
No.
It's rather like me.
Lucy. What else did you get? Oh, a doll. Oh, well, I suppose that might do, although she has already got several dolls.
Not like this one. This drinks milk, it makes gurgling sounds, and when you press it, it does something quite revolting.
Such as what?
I really couldn't tell you. I was in the lift coming up, it was so crowded, somebody pressed against me and it did it.
All right, then we'll settle for the doll. Wrap it up nicely and return all the other things. Oh, and stand by. It looks as if we're going to have to work late tonight.
I can't work late tonight.
Oh?
I'm taking my Mrs. Knott to Covent Garden.
You're Mrs. Knott.
My cleaning lady. She's absolutely mad about ballet. I promised faithfully I'd take her to the new Nureyev season for a birthday treat.
Yes.
Do you know, I queued up for 5 hours in the pouring rain. Those tickets are like gold dust.
I bet they are. Well, let's just hope we get finished in time. Now, look, I've got to get back to Bradley and make sure I can do everything to keep him happy.
Yeah, give him this. This'll keep him happy.
Graham, will you put that teddy bear down and fetch me the sales figures I asked you for?
But, Doris, it can't be helped. Yes, honey, I know you were looking forward to it, but there's nothing we can do. Yes, I am aware we're only in London for one night, and I've tried all my contacts, but if the show is sold out, then it's sold out. Now, I'll see you later. Goodbye.
What show is it you're trying to get tickets for, Mr. Bradley?
Oh, it's that special ballet season at Covent Garden with Nureyev.
Nureyev?
Can't get tickets at any price.
I think I might be able to help you. Don't you think so, Graham?
No.
Oh, come on, Graham. I'm sure we can fix something up for Mr. Bradley. Just think, where could we get 2 tickets?
No, I don't think so, Mrs. Knott.
Graham?
Gee, do you really think you might be able
Well,
to...
I'll just have a word with my contact. The sales figures. Excuse me for one moment.
Now, look.
Graham, Mr. Bradley wants 2 tickets for the ballet. You happen to have them. What can I do?
Get him a couple of tickets for the windmill.
Graham, please let him have your tickets.
I can't let him have my tickets. Mrs. Knott's coming all the way from Hounslow.
I appreciate that, and it's not very often that I ask you to give up things, but we all have to make sacrifices. Now, look, I would much rather have gone home on my way back from the airport and taken little Lucy a present. But I couldn't.
No, because you forgot to buy it.
Graham, you know very well what I mean. Now, look, just put the tickets in an envelope, and then you can bring them in. It would really impress Bradley if he thought somebody brought them in specially, but not too soon.
I'll tell him Nureyev came round on his bike. Oh, all right, you can have my tickets.
Thank you, Graham. It's really nice of you to offer.
You'll have to tell Mrs. Knott.
Oh, don't worry. I'll see to it that she gets a lovely box of chocolates. When you've got a spare moment, you can go out and buy them.
Daisy! Daisy, pack up all this, will you, and send them back to the shop.
Oh, yes, Mr. Jones.
Phew. And Brenda, get me a cup of coffee. Do you know, I haven't had time to do any of my own work. I'm absolutely worn out. It's like running a nursery here. Thank you. Daisy, can you see it from there? I don't know why they call it instant coffee. It's taken ages to dry. Yes, Mrs. Warner?
Graham, have those ballet tickets arrived yet?
I have them with me now.
Well, you sure must have influence. Why, it's less than an hour since you asked for them. I don't know how you do it.
They didn't have far to come.
Well, your boss must have a special contact.
She has.
Row 8, center stall. Say, these must be among the best seats in the house. How much did you have to pay for them?
Oh, just the normal price. £20 each.
Well, that's fantastic. You know, I would have gladly paid £50 over the odds for these tickets. Still, that's what we expect from a smart executive like Mrs. Warner. Yeah, I can't wait to tell Doris. I'm sure she'll be over the moon.
Why don't you ring her right now, Mr. Bradley?
Right.
Excuse me. Oh, Graham? Listen, Mr. Bradley did say if he managed to get the tickets, he'd like me to join him and his wife for cocktails before the ballet. So would you mind very much dropping in to Lucy with that doll on your way home and tell her Mummy will be late, otherwise she won't go to bed. And you know what Maria's like. She gets very upset and temperamental.
Why not? As you know, I'm not doing anything this evening. Greeting, Maria.
Mr. Bryla! What do you want? What is it? Where is Mrs. Warner? Why is she not here? Tonight, my free evening, I go with my friend Roberto.
Oh, I know. Mrs. Warner will be here. I've just brought this round for Lucy. Where is she?
Lucy, she's upstairs. She get ready for bed. I fetched her.
No, don't bring her down. Otherwise, we'll never get her up again.
Please, you follow me.
Hello, Lucy.
Mr. Graham!
Hello, darling. Your mummy's going to be delayed at the office.
Oh, not again.
She thought you might be in bed by the time she got home, so she sent me with this.
Oh, great. What is it?
Now then.
Oh, no, not a doll.
Lovely, isn't it?
No.
Don't you like it?
Fancy Mummy buy me a doll. She's no idea. You wouldn't have bought me a doll, would you?
It's a very nice doll.
Mummy should have let you buy my present. Then I would have got something exciting. What I really wanted was a baby robot like ours. It's electric and it's got a head that moves, and when you press the button,
I know
it goes.
exactly what it's like, yes. But this is a smashing doll. This does all sorts of things when you press it.
What things?
Well, you'll have to find out later.
You better answer that. Maria never knows what to say.
Mrs. Warner's house.
Graham, is that you?
Oh, hello, Mrs. Warner.
Thank goodness I've called you. Listen, there's been a slight change of plan. Bradley's having drinks with Lewis, and they're just waiting for me to join them. Oh, and Mrs. Bradley has developed a very bad case of migraine on top of her jet lag, so she won't be going to the ballet.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, well, if I rush, there's still time. We don't want to waste the ticket.
Exactly, so Mr. Bradley has very kindly asked me to accompany him. The only thing is, I'm not going to have time to get home to change, so William's coming round in the car, and I'd be very grateful if you'd give him my beaded pink evening dress. Beaded pink evening? Uh-huh, and all the bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces?
You know, all the things that go underneath. Bra, pants, tights.
Oh, the bra and pants, yes.
And, Graham, there is one other thing. As I'm going out on business tonight, would you tell Maria that she can't have the evening off?
Oh, Mrs. Warner.
Graham, I can't stay and chat. I've still got an awful lot to do. I know I can leave it all to you. Bye.
Mrs. Warner, what she want?
A pink beaded evening dress.
Her evening dress? Why she want that?
She's going to the ballet.
No. Tonight is my evening off. I go out with my friend Roberto. I do not let Mrs. Warner go to the ballet tonight.
Oh, well, I wasn't too keen on it either. We have to make sacrifices. I gave her my ticket.
Your tickets? You again, always you. You ruined my life of love.
Show me where the dresses are and then you can go.
All right, va bene. But then, Roberto.
Pink beaded evening dress.
Think about it. Take it.
And the bits and pieces.
Eh?
The underwear.
That is all. That is all. Va bene.
Maria, are you sure she wears blue knickers with a pink dress?
How do I know?
Well, how do I know? I'm only a personal
The knickers. The bags.
She must buy them by the dozen. Look, which one is it? I can't make a decision.
You ask. I go.
I think she stormed out. What did you say to her?
Not very much. She did most of the talking. But it is her night off.
Yes, I know, but it can't be helped. Well, still, as things have turned out, it couldn't be better.
No, it couldn't. I'm here and I can look after Lucy.
Exactly. Now, look, Graham, have you found the right bra? It's got to be very low cut.
Well, there's one here. Looks like a couple of eye patches.
Is it brown?
Eye patches are usually black.
No, this is brown, a sort of filmy, see-through sort of material.
Aha, yeah. 2 tea strainers. Yeah.
Well, it'll have to do. Look, just stick it in a suitcase with all the other things and give them to William as soon as he gets there. Oh, and Graham, you can rest assured I won't forget this.
You can rest assured I won't forget it.
Lucy's gone out. I'm not going to be left alone, am I?
No, of course you're not going to be left alone. I'm going to stay here until your mummy gets back.
Oh, great. You know, I'd rather stay with you than anybody else.
Would you?
Yes, you're super. And anyway, I know when I'm with you, I can do anything I like.
Morning, Mrs. Warner.
Good morning, Graham.
Letters?
Yes, just before we get down to those, I'd like you to take a memo to all the area sales managers. Ready? Following on yesterday's meetings with Mr. Bradley, I am delighted to inform you that he seems to be in complete agreement. Yes, come in. Oh, Mr. Bradley.
Morning.
Good morning.
Just thought I'd pop in and say goodbye. I'm on my way to the airport. I just left the chairman. Told him how impressed I was with your organizational ability. I mean, getting those ballet tickets last night at such short notice, I mean, that was really something.
Oh, it was nothing.
You'll never believe this, but this morning, on my way down to breakfast, the hotel porter told me he actually managed to get 2 tickets to the ballet for tonight. Yes, and I remember you said you had a couple of friends who wanted to see it, so I brought them along.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, I hope they enjoyed as much as we did.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I better be going. Goodbye, Joan.
Goodbye, Joe. And thank you again so much for last night. I really enjoyed it.
Right.
Have a good flight now.
Thank you.
Oh, and give my love to Doris.
Will do. So long, Graham. Thanks for your help.
Well, isn't that nice of him? I'm sure my friends will love to see the show.
Aren't they lucky?
Graham, are you going to phone Mrs. Knott, or shall I? Of course you don't. But if you're going to go, you're going to have to leave early tonight, and there's a lot of work to do, so I'd like you to get the following for me as soon as possible. Draft of the speech I'm making at the Birmingham conference, the agenda for the next divisional heads meeting, the paper on trademarks that the lawyers want me to have a look at, and the file on annual leave entitlement for the staff.
If I'm going to do this, I won't be able to leave early. So could you pop round to my place and get me my grey suit, striped tie, black shoes, and all the...
Thanks,